Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vade, aka Pro Benchwarmer, and I'm bringing you another Duel Links video. Now, I know I haven't been active in putting up videos since Halloween, but midterms was literally around the corner, and I was swamped with a lot of schoolwork. But now I'm back, and KC Cup is here. Like you guys see, I'm using Crowler, but you guys missed there's a Crowler event, and now Jesse is here, and so on and so forth. The Crowler event was cool. I picked up what I needed for an Ancient Gear deck. I'm actually using that to climb in PvP, but now that we got a new box that just came out with Galactic Origins, I am running the deck that you see on your left hand side of the screen. I am running with Glad Beasts, Never Sad Beasts. Yo, alright, so my deck is a little unorthodox because I don't have all the gems to get impenetrable attack and cosmic cyclone and so on and so forth. Multiple copies of Laquari. My Laquari is the only Laquari I have. That's why I'm running it. But you know what? I found out that I've actually found success with this build. You don't need too many cards with Glad Beasts since they go back into the deck and switch out anyway. I figured it's fine to just run this build. If I had another Laquari, I'd definitely run it. But other than that, I'd run it over a half shot, actually. So other than that, I think it's fine. So what Gladiator Beasts do, their whole gimmick is that after they've successfully attacked or have been attacked, they go right back in your deck, and then you could summon another Glad Beast out from the deck, and when all the Glad Beasts have effects for when they got summoned by another Glad Beast effect, and that's what makes them pop so well, man. I thought originally when I heard of the archetype, and I went and looked it up on YouTube, and I'm seeing like all the exceeds and ranks and yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, this might be too much. And I'm thinking, since I've never seen it actually be used, that you can attack, switch out, and attack again, and switch out, and attack again in the same battle phase. But it says the end of the battle phase, so essentially the end of your turn, and that didn't register with me at all. So now that I get to use it, get to learn how to play it, it's actually really, really fun. So, of course, they didn't give us Test Tiger, so we can only do oh so much. And the fact that there's no main phase 2 mean that the fusions are like, you maybe don't want to play them too much. But I do think that the fusions can get you out of tight scenarios, as you'll see in, I believe, one of the replays. But let's get into explaining these cards. So the first card we're going to explain here is Laquari. Laquari says that when it's special summoned by an effect of a Glad Beast monster, its original attack becomes 2100. That's really good because it helps you get over other 1800s on the field if it's summoned out of the deck. But with the meta being 2700 and 2400 with Red Eyes and Dakini, it's like, man, you gotta rely on back row heavy with this deck. So it's like, it's cool, but it's not my favorite Glad Beast. I only have one of them. If I'd suggest for any Gladiator Beast deck, you should be running at least 2 copies of the Gladiator Beast that you're going to be running. That way, if one of them actually gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can still use one from the deck to make the plays, because they're going to be going back into the deck anyway. So you can search out and everything. So it says at the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, you can shuffle it back in your deck and summon one Glad Beast from the deck except for itself. That's the same with all of them. You can't keep a loop of summoning the same Gladiator Beast out from the deck, so that helps them from being like way too broken. The next one is actually Bestiari. Best right here in the name because it is the best. It's a winged beast, and it says when it's summoned by a Gladiator Beast monster, you target one spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Just straight up destroy it. It's not like, oh, it has to be set so they can activate it to flip it face up and that way it doesn't get destroyed. No, it just gets destroyed. I've seen people use Econ after I summon Bestiari out of the deck just to like use it, and it's destroyed. I've seen people pop Mirror Wall to hopefully use it and have it on their turn. No, it's destroyed. It's gone. It's the easiest way of removing back row. If we got Geyserus, I think it is, where it's this card and another Glad Beast or 2 Glad Beasts, and when it's special summoned, you could pop 2 cards on the field. Oh, that would have been amazing. But we don't got it. Thank God, actually. And Bestiari is right here. Its attack is like formidable, 1500 and 800 defense. It's like not the best, but with the amount of like support and spell and trap in this deck, it is pretty good. The next card we have is actually Murmillo. Murmillo, I originally was like, yeah, this card is trash, but it's actually really good because when this card is special summoned by a Glad Beast, you just destroy a face-up monster on the field. That's it. Just easy as hell. So when you can put your opponent's monster in defense position, attack into it, and then put that card back into your deck, summon a Murmillo onto your field in defense position to protect you on your turn, on their turn, and just pop their monster. It's so good. And with this and Bestiari, you start to control your opponent's side of the field because you're popping spells and traps on monsters on the field, which is essentially destroying their front row or their back row. Enough of these comboed out with support in the deck, and you're pretty much gonna win. Like you start minusing your opponent like crazy. The next one I have here is Dimikari. I originally wasn't running this. I was running an Augustus and a Secutor, and Secutor is not that good. Augustus is alright, but it kind of minuses you from your hand unless it's useful with if you go into Bestiari from your hand, or if you go into Murmillo in your hand. So Octavius says that if it's special summoned by a Glad Beast, you can special summon another Glad Beast from your hand onto the field. Because it's special summoned by another Glad Beast, it gets its effect if it's possible, and then gets shuffled back into the deck. So you kind of neg one yourself just to get a big body on the field and get econ and all that other stuff. So it's like, it's not that great. But Dimikari gets to attack twice if it's special summoned out of the deck. And I think that that's really good because it's an instant 32 to the face if you already destroyed your opponent's monster on the field. And also it's a good 1600 beater, so it's a little bit better at surviving mirror walls from like 3200 attacks. So that's good. It actually doesn't survive that, but like you'll see with the spell and trap in the deck, it's actually really, really formidable. So I have 2 Spear Karibos. I didn't count these as monsters because they're not monsters. I'm not setting them on the field. I'm not attacking with them. They are simply hand traps. And I needed as many support cards as possible because I'm essentially just running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monsters in this deck. I also have Half Shot because Half Shot is great with the Glad Beast because you can set them face down and Half Shot in the back, and then when your opponent attacks in the damage step, you Half Shot your monster so it stays on the field, and then you can tag out and make your combo plays and so on and so forth. Also running Triple Enemy Controller because Triple Enemy Controller in a meta where Dakini still roams free, and just setting your opponent's monster in defense position so you can slam into them and do some damage with the card effects. I think that this is really, really good. And also, Econ Take is still an amazing play to make. So this card is still really versatile, so I have it at 3. Also have 2 Floodgate Trap Holes to stop Ancient Gears because Ancient Gears was a really bad matchup for me because they pretty much shut down the back row in the battle phase. So how can I make these plays? But Floodgate's been good. Floodgate's been helping me a lot. Also, Mirror Wall has been amazing. And I have 1 Wall of D in here simply because of Glad Beast. I mean, not Glad Beast. Simply because of what was I just talking about? Ancient Gear Golems and stuff like that. But I had 2. It was okay. Having 1 is still fine. It helps out like whenever possible, but it's not the greatest card in this deck. Now, I know more optimal builds have like Cosmic Cyclone and things like Impenetrable Attack and Balance. I wasn't trusting Balance when I first built this deck simply because Balance has been changed so that there's a little bit of randomness in it, and you have to run a different scenario of spell and traps to monsters and so on and so forth. And like I needed as much support as possible. The games go really, really slow with this deck, so as much back row support I have, I can possibly keep living throughout the game. So another real fun thing is the extra deck. I don't have Heraklinos, but I do have Esadari, which helps you because it just takes 2 Glad Beasts and puts them back into the deck. It doesn't have the tag out effect itself, but it's a nice 2500 attack beater on the field. And it does help when your monsters have been, what's this card called? Massive Morphed or equipped with Massidia Curse and so on and so forth. So this is actually pretty okay. I only run 2 because I feel like you only need 2. But I run 1 Neurokius, and this actually helped me out a lot. I know it takes 3 Glad Beast monsters, but they put them back in the deck and it can tag out to get 2 Glad Beasts out from your deck. So you can refuel Glad Beast Neurokius if possible, because you can summon it's a big body itself. What I'm trying to say, it's a big body itself, and you can summon like Bestiari and Murmillo from the deck to take care of another monster on the field and take care of a back row. That way, your opponent has less plays in response to the two monsters you have on the field and none that they have. And then next turn you can summon Neurokius again. I really like Neurokius because it has the Ancient Gear like type of effect where they cannot attack. I mean, they can't activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step against it, and it doesn't die by battle. So I was actually facing a Democ deck, and I just slammed into Democ with this. And since it doesn't die by battle, I just destroyed his Democ, and I kept my monster on the field. So I think that's really, really good. I think this card is, in my opinion, a little bit better than Heraclinos. I know Heraclinos does negation, but it does negation via like the Dark Paladin effect. So it's throwing your cards into your graveyard, and with no graveyard, no real use for graveyard setup in this deck, I feel like that's really poor. So I really like Neurokius way better, and its conditions are easier because you don't need Laquari. It's just 3 Glad Beasts. So I think this is good. I like this card a lot. Now, I've been talking for a good chunk of time. I'm gonna get into some replays and actually a live footage from my first ever successful Twitch stream. I will be trying to stream on Twitch whenever I get the time to. As you can see, I put my Twitch information on the screen now. I will link my Twitch whenever on Twitter whenever I am streaming. I might put a video up on YouTube for anybody who's checking it out to go over to Twitch to check it out. I'm still working out Twitch, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to stay there a lot, but it has been easier to stream there than it has been on YouTube. So if I want to stream, which I want to stream a lot, but school is a priority, I will be streaming on Twitch. But that's it for the deck. Here comes some replays, and I think I'm gonna talk to the replays this time because I make some questionable plays, and live footage first and then the replays. So I'm gonna get going, guys. Peace. All right, we're about to level up. Triple face down. Triple, and then I draw my second Bestiari. Why? I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. But look, like I said, beatdown rewards bricky decks. Like it's like, hey, you got more than one level 5 monster on the field. You know how difficult that can be sometimes? Here you go. Here's an extra 300 points, 300 attack points for your boy. Like, hey, my boy G-Mars, what is up? So I'm gonna be inactive in the chat. No problem, Milk. Pupusas is my jam, dude. I didn't know you down for that. Like, Pupusas is my jam. Yo, G-Mars, you see this? You always have a wild night, dude. We were on a call when you were in the middle of a hurricane, my boy. My man was on some Scorpion shit. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Like, still trying to get in a call to talk about like tearing people up in a league match. Like that even matters. Chick threw up in her Uber. So, hey, Mil, I'm Guatemalan. What is up, Mil? My homie. Kicked her out to the side of the highway. That's crazy. That's crazy. I had to find her, and I had to find the hospital she was in. Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ. Yo, and that's a day in the life of G-Mars, my boy. Alright, we tagging out. I crashed the party. Hit him twice, then I'm peacing out like Demikari. Popping on your back road like I'm Bestiari. Coming through and boosting up just like Laquari. Yo, you got your third Phoenix? Damn, you blew through that box, my boy. But before I got 3 Phoenix, I got a prismatic skull conductor, and I thought that that card would be good, and it's not. It's not. Let me tell you right now, it's not. Yo, you want to see the memes? Hold up. Let's see the memes. Let's get the memes out. Gmos, I almost got a whole box of prismatics. I mean, I almost got a whole deck of prismatics. Didn't even need to do that. I could have won without econs. Got the mirror wall on deck. Got the mirror wall on deck. Let's swing. And then we tagging out. Swing and then I'm tagging out. And I get to bring 2 out. This is the reason why I did this, right? So we put this back in the extra deck. And we tag in you2 in attack position. And you in attack position. And we pop a back row for free. For free. It's never been this free. When Joey and Blunder be talking about free rocks, this is free back row popping. Ooh, that willpower. He didn't even get a swordswoman out yet. I've been seeing this deck a couple times and I've been tilting it. Let's go. It activates that Mastery of Curse like I'm not gonna pull something out of the extra deck. Come on, my boy. Come on, my boy. Activate another equip spell like I'm not gonna pull something out of the extra deck. Set a monster like I'm not gonna pull something out of the extra deck. Like, you think I care? Hello? Like, I don't have another Glad Beast in hand. Like, I ain't tagging into Neroculus or, yeah, Nerokius again. Hello? Do you think I care about your Mastery of Curse? I do not care with your Mastery of Curse. Get this up out of here. Yo, I've seen the Jaden burn like a couple times. It's tilty. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Get this up out of here. And my turn. Tag him back out. Get back Bestiari. And now we're going Laquari. Like, hello? You think I care about your... Like, come on. Get cucked, my boy. It's not happening. Get it up out. It's gonna be willpower? Is that willpower? Get it up out. Get it up out. How's the music sounding for you guys though? And just to tilt this man again. Just so this man knows what hit him. They said the fusions are not going to be useful. They said they said that the fusions are not going to be that useful. Don't run them. Hello? Have you not seen what the gods are doing? Get it up. Ow. Alright, so you guys seen that replay from the live stream. It was so much fun playing it along with everybody in the chat and just being in the zone. But the reason why I made those plays is because I've faced this deck like 4 times already. This is actually a showing of me facing that deck another time. This was before the live stream, and this is why I made some of the plays that I made in the live stream. So I seen a Jaden Yuki. This is my 3rd time playing it, so I just set things face down and end my turn. Like, I'm not playing around. If you have Amazon Swordswoman in hand, I'm not swinging into it, so on and so forth, whatever. So I just summoned another monster. I think I summoned Mermillo because I wanted to go back in the deck first and foremost. I attack with it first in case he had golden apples, and then swing with Demakari. I pop both of those effects off. First Demakari so I can get Bestiari off in the deck so that I can destroy back row. I destroy the middle one, and it happens to be Massive Morph, which he actually activates. He chains it to Bestiari, so its effect actually goes through, and now I have a monster on the field that I cannot attack with, just like it was in the stream. Except in the stream, I had both Bestiaris in my opening hand, so that kind of sucked. So he goes for reinforcements and actually gets the swordswoman, and that's how the deck works. And then with willpower, bring it back from the grave and yada 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 whatever. So he goes for swordswoman here, and he doesn't even attack, right? So I'm assuming he has crazy back row for days. So I summon Laquari and I start swinging. I go in with this one because I know he'll be confident. He won't chain Econ or anything like that to it. So in the damage step, I actually chain Econ to put it in defense position, and he Econ takes. Sorry about that. He Econ takes. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I get rid of one swordswoman. So he activates willpower here simply because he kind of had to in order to make plays, and he goes for Massive Morph again on my Bestiari. I understand I have no back row. It's easy swinging as game right there, but I did have a Spear Karibo in my hand and stopped that play completely, which was amazing. So I draw into a Floodgate, which doesn't play too much into the deck. So he econs and changes this to defense position. So I swing into this. He pops the mirror wall, and I'm like, okay, you're expending so many resources for a deck that literally tags out and tags in. I can get, like, you drop my monsters' attacks, and I can send them back into the deck and get monsters with freshly restarted attacks. So I go in for Mermillo so I can get rid of the swordswoman and get rid of his entire field, that effectively send Demakari back and get my Laquari back onto the field now at 2100 attack. So if he were to top deck a swordswoman, I'd be okay because I could floodgate it down and still win. So he sets a card in the back row, and this is the reason why in the stream I kept going for fusions, because I swing here, he wall disruptions, and now I have no attack on anything, and one monster that can kill him, I can't attack with at all. So I go back, pop some more monsters back out into the field, I get a Mermillo back into the deck, and I think I go back into Laquari here because it's just an easy play. And then he just has to top deck something else. He top decks, sets a card in the back, and I could have avoided the wall disruption again. Instead, I just swing as he goes for Amazoness willpower, gets his Amazoness back from the grave, and I just set this in defense position thanks to the floodgate. Keep the swing just so I can have it face up on the field, go in, and then attack for game. The end. See, like, I could have avoided this. This could have ended one turn earlier had I just gone into the fusion, and that's why I kept going into the fusions. And of course, still just to meme my opponent, but that's why I kept doing it. Alright, so here's another matchup that like showcases some misplays and so on and so forth. This is actually when I started making the deck, so it does have some changes that are not on the screen right now. As to, I think I had 2 wall of disruptions in the deck at first. I didn't have that many. I think I had more monsters as well rather than half shuts, and that's what I was running with at first. So I didn't restart. This is a pretty decent hand. I didn't restart. And then I'm playing against Hazy Flame. So the whole thing, I'm like, all right, I'm good. As long as I can control how much Hazy Flame can swarm, I'm good. And I keep forgetting that Hazy Flame can't get targeted by card effects. And once I've read the card again, like somewhere around this part, I'm like, okay, what cards can affect it? Like, I'm getting so nervous. So I econ change the tiger into defense position, summon Bestiari, and just start swinging into the tiger. And my dumbass here thought that I had half shot in my hand or something like that. I must have, because I made a huge misplay in destroying Mermillo right there. So I get out Demakari here, thinking I'm good. I can swing 2 times for when she summons something onto the field, because he's gonna fill the field up real quick, right? So he attacks, and I go for the Spear Karibo here, which was a misplay, because I'm thinking the Hazy Flame can't get targeted by the drops from Wall of Disruption, which is why I put Hazy Flame in defense position. So I just get completely tilted here because I go into Bestiari. Either I go into Bestiari or Murmillo. Yeah, go into Bestiari, I pop that back row, and I believe it was Beast Rising, which is great getting rid of Beast Rising because I would have been destroyed had I not. So I set another Wall of Disruption, and I go into Laquari, and I destroy that Flame Tiger, and then I attack the sideways Hazy Flame, and I'm able to tag out here. I tag out first with Bestiari, and I go into Murmillo thinking I can just destroy it, but this is a card effect, and I end up just murking my other Murmillo. So that was a huge misplay by me, just not knowing what does and does not target Hazy Flame has really thrown me off. And I'm thinking, you know, I can still come back. I'm good. I'm good. He summons another monster and activates Hazy Flame's ability to get a monster from the grave. And now he has a full field again. And I just go for that another Wall of Disruption. Just being confident that that will be targeting Hazy Flame and I can destroy all the monsters on the field. So that was a really, really tilty game, just learning about what the cards do and what they don't do. And I'm so glad I came back from that. And that being said is the end of it. If you like what you see or you got any suggestions for the deck, leave them in the comment section below. Also, leave in the comment section below any deck that you are currently running in the KC Cup. I would love to see what everybody's playing. How successful is it? We're going into KC Cup round 2 on the 16th, and I want to be fully prepared for that. And I also want to hit King of Games before then. It might not happen. Who knows? But I love to hear your feedback. I got to get going. Peace out, guys.